And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the British Championships, game day 1. Up next we have game 4, which is Swansea versus Dundee.
Yeah, so we are in the Tier 3 women's quarterfinals here at British Champs in reigning Newark. Just waiting for the teams to take to the track. We currently have around 3 minutes to go till the game starts. And looking forward to this one.
Definitely. So the winner of this game will be playing the winner of Kent versus Norfolk tomorrow. That will be game number 10, and I do believe that will start at 8:30 on this track as well. Should we take a little look through the rosters?
Yeah, so in black today are Swansea City Roller Derby. And for them today we have number 11, Bexon, number 14, Coupe de Gras, 303, Jekyll, 34, Calamity, 345, Kitty Macabre, 37, Victory, number 4, Biasuti, 5150, Greenwood, number 69, Queen of Scheme, number 7, Maud, 73 Hill, and number 86 Ali McSqueal.
And playing in the pink today we have the Dundee Roller Girls. We have number 7 Liston, 100 Circuit Breaker, 102 Seaton, 17 is Hullabaloo, 67 is Crown Jewels, 713 G-Rex, 76 is Gelatonic, 77 is Gold Ginger, 792 Mayhem, and number 88 is Hubs.
Some cheers going up from the teams there as they get ready to take to the track.
We've already had 2 very exciting games of roller derby. The first winner of the first game was Manchester, and winner of the second game was Wirral. So they will be playing on track 1 bright and early tomorrow morning.
Very early tomorrow morning, but well worth getting up on a Sunday for.
It's always worth getting up early to watch some awesome roller derby going.
Always, always. As someone who was on a train at 7 a.m. this morning, I can attest it is always, always worth it.
So announcing today, I'm Go-Go Boots.
And I'm Sissy Breakneck.
And we will also be keeping you updated at the halftime score of the Kent-Norfolk game and keeping you informed of all of the fabulous things that will be going on today.
Yes, yeah, like Boots was saying, the winner of this game will be going on to play the winner of the game that's currently happening on track 1, so it's very good to keep abreast of what's happening over there.
And unfortunately, I think the guys that don't make it through today will be knocked out and won't be playing game tomorrow. So
yeah, I think it is a case of sudden death for these games this morning. Some of the games later on today do have follow-on games tomorrow.
And we have Dundee in the pink taking the line. Up to jam first is 792 Mayhem.
And taking the line in black for Swansea is Coupe de Gras, number 14. Nice braced wall from Dundee in the back there, ready to receive that jammer. Both teams playing a very defensive game to begin with. A couple of recycles here, keeping it nice and tight as the jammers try and fight to get past lane 1.
And Mayhem has broken at the front of the back, and she is lead jammer and now up onto a scoring pass.
Being chased down quite quickly, coming into this very fast pack by Coupe de Gras. And a call off from the floor.
getting knocked down, calling it off, knowing that, you know what, it's probably the best time to be calling it off right now.
Yeah, very fast jammer is on my tail. I'm going to call it off from right here.
And up to jam next we have number 77, Gold Ginger.
Against number 7, Mort in the black for Swansea. All the 7s on the line at the moment.
I think we've also got number 67, so yeah, we definitely have a lot of 7s on the line at the moment. And 76.
Glad that we both remembered our glasses this morning. Again, very defensive game, although some offence offered up at the front there by Swansea, which works for them as they get out with lead jammer for number 7, Mort.
Mort delivering a lovely jammer hit there to the last opposing blocker.
Very physical skater, Team Wales alumni.
And it looks like we have had an attempt at a star pass to number 88. That is Hubs.
The big exit hit takes her down, so she's got to reset at the back of the pack. And another big hit, but manages to stay in bounds there. Very physical game so far.
And that is Hubs out of the front of the pack, having taken the star pass.
Nice sensible call off by Mort there, making sure that Dundee aren't able to score any points on that pass.
So we're currently roughly 2 minutes into this first half. Swansea taking an early lead with an early 10-point lead. Swansea 14, Dundee 4.
Lining up for Swansea on the line now, we have number 11 Bex on.
And she is up against number 17, that is Hullabaloo.
Again, two tight walls, making it difficult for the jammers to get out, but there is a lead jammer call for Bexon for Swansea, closely followed by Hullabaloo.
Yeah, there's about a quarter of a track between these two jammers, so Bexon's going to want to hit it and quit it.
No points scored on that pass, though. A nice strong wall put up to stop the scoring.
And up to jam again, we have 792 Mayhem.
Versus 3-4 Calamity for Swansea. Clear box for both teams, so full sets of defence here.
I was going to say, we also have a situation with both teams having less than full 14 roster. So it's going to be quite physical and quite tiring, I think, for everyone on track.
Yeah, it's been quite a clean game so far, but we'll see if that carries on as people start to tire out, if they do.
And Mayhem has picked up lead jammer for Dundee there.
Dundee throwing some offense into the mix, which I think is really helping their jammers at this point. I think if you've got 4 blockers on the track, it's always good to try and throw that offensive person up, get that jammer out so they can start scoring, which indeed she does.
And a lovely hit there by Mort, but Mayhem sneaking around on the outside line. And I do believe that is picking up 5 points for Dundee.
Star stash happening from Calamity now, trying to break through this pack, but she is knocked down and recycled by a Liston.
And I do believe we have had a penalty assessed to the jammer Mayhem, so we currently have a power jam in favour of Swansea.
Star pass has happened, but it is a looks like it's an illegal star pass. Has happened on the side of Swansea. So the pivot has the jammer star on her person, but can't actually use it as their jammer has been sent to the box. That's very interesting. I think that occurred because the jammer passed it over and she was on a knee, so she wasn't technically an active skater. So they are in a power jam for Dundee at the moment. Liston
delivering a nice hit there to Mort to try and stop her from recycling Dundee's jammer back too far.
Another last-minute star pass happening, but this side on Dundee. The jam finishes, comes to its natural conclusion at the end of that. Very interesting jam, lots happening.
I think we're beginning to see a lot more star passes utilised within this sort of past year or two, with a lot of teams really having that understanding of being able to get a jammer out as quickly as possible. And sometimes, if their jammer hasn't got lead, it's best to pass the star and really cut down on that points differential.
Yeah, absolutely. You can stop the bleeding if you are behind by a little bit.
Yeah, number 77, Gold Ginger, up for Dundee jamming and has picked up lead jammer.
Nice quick call off as she was followed out of the pack relatively quickly by Coup de Grace for Swansea. Swansea seeming to be using quite a deep jammer rotation for this game. Might be a tactic to stop people from tiring out. They've got Victory number 37 on the line currently.
And we have number 17, Hullabaloo, up to jam for Dundee in the pink. Swansea currently have a 4-3 blocker advantage. And as I say that, I think they've just lost a blocker. Going into the penalty. Oh no!
It's their jammer.
It's their jammer.
Quick track. So Dundee doing well, even with a blocker advantage, to force that cut on Victory for Swansea.
And doing some lovely offense to get their jammer through. So we have number 17, Hullabaloo, as lead jammer for Dundee.
Again, some really nice sweeping offense from Dundee. Makes that pass quite easy for their jammer. Swansea trying to set up a tripod formation in the front with a nice big hit on Hullabaloo. That works well for them, and they try and recycle her back.
That was a very effective wall for them.
Victory is now back on the track for Swansea, being recycled to the back by Liston after a nice big hit there.
And Hullabaloo stuck behind that very tight 3 wall at the front.
Big hit there, right at the end of that jam. It seems to unfortunately resulted in an injury for Swansea's jammer.
So with 9 minutes into this game, Dundee are currently on 25 and Swansea are on 14.
Really physical game, considering they've both come with short rosters. They're still giving it everything right from the get-go. There doesn't seem to be any sort of conservation of energy. They're here, they're hitting hard, and it's working well. Swansea's jammer has moved to the side of the track. She's stood up, so hopefully she'll be okay pretty soon.
I think we've got a lovely team of medics on hand today, just in case anyone does have a little bit too much rough and tumble and gets a little bit injured. I think we have a new jammer out for Dundee. That is number 100, Circuit Breaker.
Again, another sort of deep rotation of jammers. We have Coup de Grace. She's been quite a steadfast jammer for Swansea so far in this game. Both teams seem to be back onto full defense currently, keeping those jammers stuck in that pack.
And some wonderful footwork keeps Circuit up and in bounds, so she has picked up lead jammer for Dundee.
Star parts from the Swansea jammer over to their pivot, number 86, Ali McSqueal. She's now chasing down the Dundee jammer, forcing a call off. It's just as you were saying earlier, get that star pass happening so that you can chase the other jammer down, make them call it, stop the points.
I think previously we'd seen the star pass utilised more in a power jam situation when a jam is getting tired, but as I was saying before, it's become a tactic of, you know, getting a jammer out as quickly as possible, getting the other jammer to call it, being able to have that speed and agility to decide at the precise moment that needs to happen, we need to get this person out now.
Yeah, exactly that. We currently have a lead jammer going to Dundee. That's Gold Ginger. She's versus Mort. Getting lead over Mort is not an easy feat. She is actually the top lead gainer in the table for their region. So very good there from Dundee to get their jammer out and ahead of her.
Dundee currently 20 points ahead of Swansea. However, as we know, this is only the first 10 minutes of the game, and things can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah, very much so. Especially with these two teams, they seem really evenly matched. So lead jammer there going to Swansea. That's for their jammer Bexon, number 1-1.
And number 17, Hullabaloo, is still facing off against some tough walls there. Getting some assistance from Liston.
Nice clear run through for Swansea's jammer. She puts full 5 points on the board. And she is back attacking the rear of the pack now.
And Hullabaloo picking up a penalty there.
So this could be that moment where it all changes, just like you were saying. Power jam to Swansea.
This is what's referred to as the announcer's curse.
Yeah. Lots of offensive manoeuvres coming from 3-4-5 from Swansea. That's Kitty McCarb breaking up that Dundee wall. But the Swansea jammer, Bexon, has decided enough is enough. She's going to ice Dundee's blocker, jammer, in the box and call it there.
Yeah, noticing the other jammer standing in the box, wanting to give the next jammer on track that little bit of an advantage. We're hoping Coupe de Gras can take that advantage and translate that into a lead jammer panel. Yeah,
very much so. They'll have to be super quick about it. The Dundee jammer is stood in the box at the moment. There is some offense happening up at the front there. They've split the pack, but Coupe de Gras still fighting up at the front against a strong 2-wall. Pushes them out of play for lead jammer.
I was going to say Coupe de Gras doing some lovely running on the toe stops to really push that wall out of play as quickly as possible.
Really powerful pushes. And some nifty footwork there for a clean 5-point pass.
That was a nice hit to the inside, but an illegal one for Ali McSqueal. So she's going to take a little bit of a sit in the penalty box. Now that we have number 17, Hullabaloo, back on track for Dundee.
Having a tough time at the back there. Being caught up in that 2-wall, now a 3-wall. But Dundee recycling Coupe de Gras all the way to the rear of the pack also. Both teams being really good in their defensive work currently.
Greenwood doing a fantastic bracing job at the front there for Swansea. Really holding her blockers and communicating to make sure that the Hullabaloo is kept in the pack.
Some lovely footwork means another 5-point scoring pass is on the board for Coupe de Gras. Coming around to attack the pack again.
And we have had a star pass to number 792, that is Mayhem for Dundee.
Hullabaloo went on to blocking for our head team then and did an excellent job. Big exit hit on Coupe de Gras, forced a call from the floor. to end that jam.
And that jam has seen a change in the score. So we have Swansea on 43 and Dundee on 34.
Lining up to jam now for Swansea. We have number 3-7 Victory in black.
Up against 7-7 Gold Ginger in the pink.
Nice big recycle there by captain of Dundee, Liston, bringing Victory all the way down to the back of the pack.
Both jammers kind of struggling behind some tough walls and tough blocking at the moment.
Victory takes another big hit that sends her to the floor. But a lovely side step on the inside line gains her lead jammer.
That's some beautiful, graceful footwork there, staying on track and squeaking her way around.
Yeah, really lovely.
And we have got two of Dundee's blockers in the penalty box. It's a little bit of a slightly easier pass for Victory there, and this should make the next jam for Swansea perhaps that little bit easier with only two blockers.
You'd have to hope so.
Nobody has to mention anything. If you can, timeouts are sponsored by Roller Diary. Jam like is sponsored by Steakout. You haven't actually given us money, but if you can mention it, that's good. This is only filler and banter.
Okay, we currently have a timeout for Dundee. Timeouts are sponsored by Roller Derby Diary. Organise your time in 2017. See if you're in-house, you can see their advert in the programme. Or you can go online to rollerderbydiary.com and have a look. I know I need a diary all the time. I'm forever double booking or forgetting about extra training sessions. So that is a really useful piece of kit to have in your bag at all times, I feel.
Also, don't forget, if you want to be here, if you want to be here and see these games live, we have 2 full days of roller derby. So get yourself down tomorrow and you can watch some of these teams in action live.
There's nothing like live. Okay, back to the action now as that team timeout has finished. We've got lead jammer call going to Swansea and number 11, that's Bexon.
And Hubs, the jammer for Dundee, I do believe picking up a back block penalty.
Not sure whether Bexon had noticed that the other jammer was on the way to the penalty box, did an early call off there as she got out of the pack, but that does mean that Swansea start with a power jam start for number 7 Mort, which could be very dangerous for Dundee.
Swansea really looking to eke out their lead at the moment. And Mort is certainly a formidable jammer.
Very, very much so. I would not like to be in a 2-wall with Mort jamming, that is for sure. Some great offense from her teammates there means that the pack is split and Mort is out for lead jammer.
But we now have a full 4-wall of blockers for Dundee up on the track now.
Mort only needs to take out one with a big hit though to get round for a first 5-point scoring pass, and then takes a quick outside line for her second. Such quick feet from Mort is making this look easy. It isn't easy, but she makes it look easy as Dundee's jammer is out of the box and through on their initial pass now.
I think one of Swansea's blockers maybe possibly picking up a forearms penalty there. I didn't manage to see the ref signal in time, but that will be number 73 Hill going into the box. Kind of looked like they were hugging a little bit.
Oh, see, that's nice everywhere else, but you shouldn't do it on the roller derby track.
No, once the whistle is blown, you aren't allowed to hug people on track. It's very distracting for the audiences and the announcers.
Lovely, but distracting. How I've been described on many occasions. So lining up to jam for Swansea, we have Victory, number 3-7.
And we have 792 Mayhem, and she is already out of the pack and is lead. Looking good to score some lovely points for Dundee.
Nice quick pass for her as Victory is recycled to the back of the pack by 713. That's G Rex from Dundee. Nice hit to the outside line by Swansea's pivot there.
Just catching herself on her toe stops before going back in, making sure she didn't get a cut track penalty there.
Some really, really good line work from both teams. You can tell that they've really drilled, taking people to the line, making sure they don't go out themselves and running them back. It is near enough perfect from everyone.
Yeah, the footwork on display, not just in this game, but the other games that we've seen, the previous 2 games and the current one going on track.
Here we have number 1-4 Keep de Graaf jamming for Swansea.
Up
One
against
player.
number 1-7 Hullabaloo for Dundee. And Hullabaloo taking a trip to the penalty box for a cut track.
Just as Keep de Graaf gets recycled to the rear of the pack, out on 10-3. Oh, big hit there by number 88 Hubs from Dundee. Means that Keep de Graaf has not yet finished her initial pass. Keeps getting caught up just on that last blocker.
Going to say Hubs is looking very much like a double or triple threat there, being a very good blocker, pivot and jammer.
Yeah, she's jammed as well. I would not like to face up against her, that's for sure. Maybe 2 or 3 times in that one jam alone, taking the jammer out. Really soul crushing to have one blocker left and just not make it out right at the last minute.
So we're starting on a power jam for Swansea, and we have just under 10 minutes left in this game, or in this first half rather.
Yeah, still only the first half, lots to come yet. We have number 1-1, that's Bexon, pushing up at the front, pushing those blockers out of play to gain lead jammer for Swansea.
And we have had a star pass to Mayhem for Dundee.
But Bexon has been round and through her scoring pass. So trying to run down the clock a little, I feel. The bench manager telling Bexon to call it right at the last moment. Trying to just burn some time off that clock, seeing as they have a 32-point lead currently.
Up next to jam, we have a new jammer on the line. That is number 07 Liston. First jam of the game.
Yeah, up against number 7 Moore. So we have Team Scotland versus Team Wales up on the jam line at the moment. And it's Team Wales to come out victorious with lead jammer going to Mort. So super speedy around the track.
Yeah, Liston certainly has put the power into those legs and catching up to Mort to force her to call it off.
I don't know about you, but I could watch that all day. Oh, unfortunately, a late block there from Liston means that she will be in the penalty box for the beginning of the next jam. Swansea and number 37 Victory are going to start with a power jam start. Unfortunate. But it's a chance you take when you come around the track so quickly. sometimes you can't finish up just in time.
Yeah, that moment where you have already started to go in for the hit and then the whistle is blown and the momentum is already there.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it in those situations.
Momentum is certainly in Victory's favour right now. I think she has been getting some good lead jammer calls and some good points on the board for Swansea.
Yeah, doing really well in this game on a scoring pass currently, aiming for those links in between the blockers of Dundee and getting through for another 5-point scoring pass.
And Liston using some lovely footwork there to get back around that final blocker.
And yeah, we're just waiting for the arm work confirmation there. The referee is going to give a cut track penalty to Victory just in the final seconds of that jam. She got 2 points before she picked up that penalty, but she will start the jam in the penalty box, which means Dundee are going to start on a power jam. Again, another very last minute, last second penalty given there.
Dundee currently with 42 and Swansea with 83, so Swansea have really widened that gap between those scores, and I think Dundee really looking to put some pressure on them and get some more points on the board.
This is an excellent opportunity to do it. The first two passes there, they had a 4-2 blocker advantage.
Noticing Swansea really liking to do a braced three wall at the front. It's been very successful with some of the jammers, but not quite as successful with Gold Ginger for that last pass.
Yeah, oh, another lovely side surf manoeuvre from Victory means she's out on her initial pass now.
Beautiful footwork by Victory.
Yeah, she seems to have that nailed down.
Gold Ginger doing some smart jamming, picking up a single point there on the last pass.
30 points in this game now with 4.5 minutes left in this first half.
And we have number 100, Circuit Breaker, up to jam for Dundee.
Up against number 11, that's Bexon in black for Swansea. Full quota of blockers for both teams now, which is not going to make it easy for these two jammers. Got number 345, Kitty McCarb, making it difficult for the Dundee jammer, and indeed making a penalty there. So
I do believe that was a cut track penalty just on the outside line, a toe stop, in, out, in, out.
Unlucky, but very good work from Kitty McCarb to make that happen for another power jam to Swansea. Swansea keeping a go in the back there, holding on to G-Rex so that their jammer can push out the front for another 5-point scoring pass. Some lovely awareness from G-Rex there. Was playing defence as the Swansea jammer came round, saw that the Swansea jammer had got past her and immediately went on to the offensive to try and get her jammer out. It's lovely. And some more offence up at the front means that Circuit Breaker has broken free of the pack.
Both teams are displaying some amazing track awareness during this first half of the game, being really aware of where opposing players are, where opposing jammers are, and really managing the time on track very well.
Yeah, very much so. There's nothing worse than a team who are not very track aware, and you just see that jammer come round and they just go up the inside line and not a person has seen them. I don't think we're in any danger of that within this game. I mean, it happens to the best of us, but oh, it hurts. It hurts to see.
No, it's always incredibly frustrating when you're having to switch between offense and defense,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, where's the jammer we're supposed to be blocking? Oh wait, no,
They've gone.
They've slipped through.
Next time, we'll get them next time. Oh, very quick lead jammer call for Swansea there. That is number 1-4. That's Coupe de Gras. Nice stable jammer for them in this game so far.
Mayhem still struggling against that wall at the front. A little twist on the toe stops, gets her out.
Very quick round the track there, so Coupe de Gras has to be very on the ball to make sure that that jam is called before Dundee can put any points on the board.
And a familiar pairing on the jam line. We have Victory up against Gold Ginger.
One blocker in the box for Swansea. Might make it slightly easier for Dundee, but we will see. No, with a big hit, Greenwood takes Gold Ginger right back to the rear of the pack. But with some very physical jamming, Gold Ginger gets through for lead jammer.
Some lovely running on her toe stops there at the front of the pack to just get that little bit of distance.
And again, some lovely offense, some nice pinning work from Dundee there to get a nice clean pass through for their jammer.
And Swansea have broken the century. Swansea on 103 with Dundee on 59. I do believe this will be the last jam of this first half.
Seems that way, and we've got Bexon, number 11, up against number 100 circuit breaker, who tries a lovely pirouette on the inside, but gets hit off just at the last minute. It's always the danger with the fancy footwork, is that sometimes you're not quite as stable. But she is making up for it now, pushing through, very physical up to the front, but another exit hit by Moore is bringing her recycled all the way to the back of the pack.
And Circuit really struggling at the moment to make any leeway with that wall. Being recycled back again. I think she's handed the star off to Liston. Yep, that is number 07, Liston for Dundee, who now has the star in her hand.
Mort really not making it easy at all there, but Liston does make it through towards the end as the Swansea jammer Bexon takes another clear pass and then calls it off, taking us into the half time. Big jam there from Bexon.
Yeah, I think they can see from this first half it's a very physical game.
Yeah.
As I said previously, some utilising that brace wall in order to communicate where the other jammer is, as well as checking where the jammer is and being able to move the wall around. Some amazing blocking from both teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as I said, some beautiful awareness as well.
Yes, definitely. Right, so we are going into half-time now. We have a 10-minute break and we will see you here for the second half. Hi and welcome back to the second half of this game between Swansea and Dundee. We just have a couple of minutes left before the game gets back underway.
Let everyone have a little sip of water, a little sit down.
Yes, definitely needed a sip of water. There was so much action in that first half. My voice was strained.
We've certainly had a very fun first half of this game. At the moment, there is the second half of Kent versus Norfolk, and I do believe that is a very close score.
Very close score with some very enthusiastic fans here in Newark. Very loud fans here in Newark. Currently, we have Kent on 135 versus Norfolk on 91. So as it stands, the winner of this game would go on to play Kent if they hang on to that lead for the rest of the game. But we'll keep you up to date so you know exactly what you're going to wake up and tune into tomorrow morning.
Or if you do want to see the action live, you can grab a ticket for the second day of this amazing tournament.
Yeah.
We are down at Newark Showground.
Yeah, and as you might be able to hear in the background, it's very exciting stuff. The crowd are really getting into it and having a great time.
And not only do we have some excellent roller derby going on at present, we have some brilliant games that are going to be coming up. So next on this track, we will have the Blitz Dames versus the Rock and Rollers.
Very excited for that.
As we were saying earlier, two very long-standing teams in the UK, two very strong teams. That should be a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good game. 10 years ago this year was the first time they played each other.
Wow.
They have been going for a long time.
Derby history right there.
Yeah, very much so. Back into this game now. We have 792, that's Mayhem in pink for Dundee on the jam line.
And for Swansea, we have number 14, Coupe de Gras.
Both teams with a full complement of blockers currently, all on defence at the moment, making it very difficult for both jammers to push through.
Coupe de Gras doing some lovely spinning and turning around there to try and edge her way out around some of those blockers.
But a big hit by a Swansea blocker there does force a cut track on Mayhem, leaving Swansea with a power jam to start the second half.
Coupe de Gras approaching the back of that four wall at present. Her teammates offering a little bit of offence.
Yeah, that seems to take out a good chunk of the Dundee blockers. It's a nice clean pass through for Coupe de Gras.
And that is 5 points on the board for Swansea.
We have G-Rex at the back there making a bit of trouble for Coupe de Gras on the way through. G-Rex being a very solid blocker on offence and defence for Dundee so far today.
And Mayhem has completed her initial pass. So Coupe de Gras going to call that one off.
Yeah, very good decision there, seeing as the Dundee jammer was out and on the way round. Just want to shut those points down completely, get as much of a lead as possible.
And we have number 7, Mort, up to jam for Swansea in the black.
And that's number 7-7, Gold Ginger for Dundee. Gold Ginger in the top 10 point scoring jammers for their regional table. So very strong jammer for Dundee. Being recycled in the back currently by Swansea, but very physical up on toe stops, pushing against that wall now, trying to get through.
Mort being recycled to the back of the pack there. But Mort is now out and lead jammer for Swansea.
Lead jammer, but not happy there with some of the multi-players she feels are being committed. But I trust this referee crew. So we will move on from there, and she calls it off before Dundee can score any points yet again. Moving into a hit it and quit it seems for Swansea now.
Some very smart jamming from Swansea, making sure that they pick up the points and stopping the other jammer from obtaining any points. We have number 11 Bexon up to jam for Swansea.
Versus number 100, that's Circuit Breaker for Dundee. Both very different styles of jamming, quite physical from Circuit Breaker and quite nippy with footwork from Bexon, which gets her out and for lead jammer.
Bexon proving some jukey footwork to get around, whereas Circuit Breaker is going for more of the push and run kind of element.
Yeah, absolutely, but a lovely little derby stop on the outside line there to keep her in bounds means that Circuit Breaker is out on her initial pass, chasing Bexon down. Try and score some points here.
Bexon picking up 3 points there. I do believe that was matched by Dundee's 3 points.
So a little bit of a late call off there.
I think that was Swansea's bench going in to just double check if that was correct from the referees. So it was good to have a good bench crew who are prepared to go in and
fight
double
your
check.
corner. Yeah. Just seemed to be very much a hit it and quit it for the first couple of jams from Swansea, whereas in the first half they had a few times where they were running the clock. So it makes me wonder if they'll bring that strategy back in towards the later half of this game. At the moment, we have the Dundee jammer heading to the box on a cut track penalty, leaving Swansea with another power jam for Coup de Grace. Not a position that Dundee want to be in at the moment. They're going to make up this ground. They need to keep their jammer on the track.
Yeah, there can certainly be penalty management issues for teams that can lead to widening of the score, and as Dundee would be wise to have their jammers being a little bit cleaner and being able to maybe utilise a bit more lead jammer penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you feel that your jammers are cutting the track, maybe you want to offer a little bit of offence on those lines, make it a little bit easier for them to get through. Dundee jammer is back out and in the middle of that pack now, very physical, lots of blocking going on.
Coup de Grace on her toe-stops on the edge of the track there, taking a little look to call that. Well, we've seen in the first half Dundee being very, very capable of some beautiful offence and really giving their jammers the advantage with the offence. But those are some very strong walls that Swansea is putting up, so...
Yeah, very much so. I think Swansea have adapted to the offence they've seen from Dundee in the first half and are closing it down a little bit more, making it a lot more difficult for Dundee to get in between those walls and separate them, making it easier for their jammer. It's getting more and more difficult. Swansea have played quite a reactive game and really adjusted to that offence that Dundee have been offering.
It's just under 100 points difference between these two teams, but there is still just under 24 minutes left in the second half.
Yep, still plenty of time to see those changes, especially if Dundee mix up that offensive capability that they have. See what they can do with that for the jammers, keeping their jammers on track. So for Dundee at the moment in pink, we have Gold Ginger, number 7-7.
And number 37, Victory for Swansea.
Gold Ginger using very physical upper body movements there, clubbing her way through for lead jammer. Oh, attempted apex jump there, but not quite finished off.
apex jump was not successful, so she had to come back around. But putting on the power there and picking up, do believe that would be 4 points. Just waiting for the referees to confirm that.
Excellent recovery there from Gold Ginger to make sure that those points still go up on the board.
And I think no points are being assessed there, and we may be about to see Gold Digger go into the penalty box. I think the apex jump may have given a cut track, possibly. Swansea's bench and Lum very keenly aware of the rules themselves, and
yes, that's exactly what you want from your bench crew.
And that is Mort up to jam for Swansea.
Pushing through for a lead jammer call there. Dundee did hold there for quite a while though, so they don't have too much time left to kill in this penalty. She is through for her 5-point scoring pass there. Dundee's jammer, Gold Ginger out of the box and fighting up against a really strong 2-wall up at the front here from Swansea. Gets knocked out on the outside line and recycled by Bexon now with the pivot hat on, so real double threat there from number 11.
Swansea have been doing some lovely work of being able to chase through the pack, and once the jammers thinking they've got through, getting to the front and recycling and reforming around that jammer. They've been doing some beautiful work today, really demonstrating how that can be very powerful and useful tool.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because the jammer's got past you once doesn't mean you should give up there. Really get back to the front and chase down. Both teams seem to be cleaning up the penalties now. Full set of blockers for both teams with number 07, that's Liston for Dundee.
And that is Coupe de Gras up for Swansea, number 14.
Liston shrugging off a couple of big hits there, but she's so solid that she's through for lead jammer.
She very much just shrugged those off. Just a little shoulder shrug. I'm going to get my way through now.
Such good core strength and some excellent pinning offense there from number 8 Hubs. Means that she's able to use that strength and really push through that Swansea wall. I really love that offense where a team just sets up just in front of the other team so that their jammer comes round, hits the back of that pack. The other team doesn't have anywhere to go, so they split open and the jammer's through for the easy points. Takes real physical strength, but when it works, so clean.
And we have number 88 Hubs up to jam for Dundee, having just had a little conversation about her. Up against Mort.
Some lovely, again, that physicality to stay on your feet and absorb those hits from the other team.
I think we had a tiny little bit of jammer on jammer action there.
Yeah, very much so. A little bit of time taken to call that off, even though the Swansea jammer Mort had overtaken her. I'm not sure if that's entirely wise to kill time when you're behind, but I'm sure there was a reason for that. So Hubs leaves it a little, calls it off. No points scored for either teams there.
And we have Bexon up to jam for Swansea, number 11.
And number 77, Gold Ginger for Dundee. I think we're starting to see the shortness of the rosters now. We're seeing the same players over and over again, but in different roles. And I think that's a sign of a really good team where you can pick up and everyone can do every position for you.
It's very good to have a nice stacked roster and people feeling comfortable and capable of taking whatever position is handed to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do think a little bit of fatigue maybe setting in for both teams, maybe causing a few penalties.
Yeah, I think that is why maybe they've moved away from running the clock so much. If they're short rostered, they get the points, they call a jam, it gives them 30 seconds rest, so the other pack can get on, they can have a sit down, reset for the next go on. It's very clever strategy there. So we have a lead jammer now going to Swansea, and that's Victory number 37. Circuit breaker is at the back of the pack, being marked by number 4, that's Biasutti from Swansea. And she is out now on her initial pass.
And Victory picking up a cut track there, so Circuit is now on a power jam, seeming quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Doing a little fist pump.
Again, that lovely offense from Dundee, splitting Swansea up there. Oh, and a nice incidental piece of help from Hubs there, standing in the way of the line, making sure that Circuit Breaker doesn't come off the track, bouncing her back on and through for that 5 points. I love it when that happens.
Incidental help is sometimes the most fun kind of help. And 3-4-5 hitting Dundee's jammer to the outside there, but also getting hit herself.
Yeah, again, Circuit Breaker having some trouble up at the back against Ali McSqueal, pivot from Swansea. Trying to get past, but that lateral movement across the track is just so very good from Swansea. They go right up to the line and they don't give any room at all for that jammer to get through.
And we've seen Circuit take off the star. I do believe that has been passed to the pivot.
Some, again, lovely footwork on the line to keep them in bounds there.
And that is 102 Seaton taking the star for Dundee.
The jam comes to an end before put any more points on the boards. We have a 103-point lead for Swansea now, with 16 minutes left in the game. Some incredible noise coming from the other track at the moment. That game's close to completion over there. We've got less than a minute left, with Kent still in the lead.
And I do believe the final score has been called on that game. 154 to Kent, with 138 to Norfolk Broads.
Yeah, that looks right to me. So the winner of this game now will go on to face Kent tomorrow morning. We know that now. And Kent are a very physical team as well, so that is going to be a really good one to watch.
At the moment, Swansea, as you said, with 101 point lead. It's not necessarily impossible for Dundee to be able to pull this back, but they will need to really put the rocket on and really make sure that their jammers are getting lead and having that little bit of more control over the game.
Absolutely. Dundee really want to be holding Swansea's jammers now, tiring them out, maybe forcing some penalties to get that opportunity to push through and get those lead jammer calls so that they can put those points on the board. And like magic, we have a lead jammer call going to Dundee. That's number 792 Mayhem.
And we have had a star pass to number 7 Mort for Swansea.
Quick call off after the 4 points from Mayhem there. Just hit it and quit it before Mort can get round score any more points. Very good tactics there. Moore is so quick around the track.
I was going to say Dundee are well aware how quick Moore is around the track and don't want to give her the opportunity to even squeak one more point out.
No, because if there's anyone that will do it, it will be Moore.
And we have number 34, Calamity, up to jam for Swansea.
Against number 77, Gold Ginger for Dundee. Dundee seem to be offering some offence to their jammers straight off the line now, which I think is a very good tactic. It's the only way really that they're going to help their jammers through and out to make up this deficit. And it's worked in this case. We have the Swansea jammer going to the box.
I believe that was for a back block penalty.
Oh, a back block penalty. And Dundee coming round on their scoring pass now. Again, Dundee doing that thing we were talking about earlier and switching up their offence.
Dundee's jammer taking a little sit in the penalty box, so this will be a power jam switcheroo for Swansea in Swansea's favour.
Okay, so a full 2-minute jam. Star pass happening on the side of Swansea.
And there's Ali McSquill, number 86, taking the start for Swansea.
Oh, again, lovely offence, this time coming from the pivot circuit breaker for Dundee, clearing that inside line for their jammer to get a nice clear pass through. Which picks up 5 there because she started that pass while the other jammer was in the penalty box.
And 102 Seaton doing some lovely recycling to the back of the pack there as well.
Dundee's jammer through on another scoring pass, but took a tumble as she came out in front of the pack, which has slowed her down. Swansea's jammer not far behind now, looking to overtake. Gold Ginger looking a bit tired, which is not surprising really, the amount of jamming she has been doing in this game for Dundee.
And the head coach and bench for Swansea, Cool Jam Luke, calling an official review there.
I feel like he is going to contest the lack of cut call on the outside of the far straightaway.
Because we can read minds.
Yes.
And we can see what everyone is thinking.
I may well be wrong. I may well be wrong.
And the referees are now going to assess the review amongst themselves.
Yes.
They're going to review the thing that he called officially. That's why it's called an official review. They're going to officially review it.
Yes.
Rather than unofficially.
So we have the teams just waiting now for the referees to discuss. Waiting near our jam line, which is sponsored by Spank Alley, armbands, helmet covers and cool stuff. Stop using markers on your arms. Get some armbands from Spank Alley. That's spankalley.com.au. From Australia.
Nobody likes that situation of having to go to work on a Monday and still
time.
having a little bit of pen left on your arm from the weekend.
Every time. I'm so pale that you can see it all the time. I just got to make sure that I wear a long sleeve shirt on a Monday and just hope for the best.
I've heard that nail varnish remover is quite good for removing pen off of arms, but you don't really want to be scrubbing at your arm with a bit of nail varnish remover. So
I'm a delicate flower. I don't think I'd want that on my skin.
No. Get some beautiful armbands.
Yeah, plus I have a 4-digit number now, so it goes all the way around from the back to the front. And I am the referee's best friend.
So if you are just joining us, this is currently Swansea versus Dundee, and we have 13 minutes left on the clock. But we have another 4 excellent, exciting games today still to go ahead. On the other track, we are going to have Teesside versus Bristol. I do believe they are warming up at present. I think that might be the Teesside men's versus Bristol men's.
Yeah, so the skate invaders from Teesside.
And coming up on this track after this game, we're going to have the Birmingham Blitz Dames versus the London Rocking Rollers. And this is for Tier 2 semi-final.
Yeah, so Blitz Dames came first in Tier 2 North, and Rock and Rollers came second in Tier 2 South, so they've been matched up for today.
And then later on in the day, we have Suffolk versus the Brothers Grimm in the men's semi-final. And on this track, after Blitz Dames and Rocking Rollers, we have Bristol versus Hot Wheels.
Yep, so still some very good and exciting roller derby to come for the rest of the day. A nice mix as well. We have the men's roller derby on track 1. And some women's roller derby over here on track 2. And we still finish in lots of time for you to get ready and go out later on.
Indeed. Or if you decide to get a coach or a bus or a train and get yourselves to Newark to enjoy the action live tomorrow.
Yes. Okay, so we are back into this game now. We have the Dundee Jammer pushing up at the front.
But number 11, Bexon, is out for Swansea and has picked up lead jammer.
We've got Hullabaloo jamming for Dundee. Put up at the back on that braced wall of number 303, Jekyll. And Hill being recycled again back to the rear of the pack. Oh, big hit there by Kitty Macabre. Takes Hullabaloo to the outside line and to the floor. She has to reset and get back in behind this 4-wall from Swansea.
And Swansea's fantastic blocking and locking down Dundee's jammer is giving their jammer the advantage to come round. I do believe this is on her 3rd scoring pass.
Yeah, there has been quite a few, but a quick star pass to Hubs means that Dundee are out on their initial pass. Hubs is chasing down Bexon now. Bexon going in for some more points. But on direction from their bench coach, calls it off. 3 more points on the board there for Swansea.
Coupe de Gras up to jam for Swansea now.
Up against 0-7, that's Liston from Dundee.
Both jammers cuddling up to one another there. Both breaking out, almost like a timed routine there. Both jumping to the outside to get through. But Liston has picked up lead jammer.
Coming round super quickly. Liston really is an all-round skater. She's actually in the tops the best points differential blocking table for their regional stats. And there she is jamming as well, putting a point on the board for Dundee.
We've got number 37, Victory, up to jam for Swansea.
Up against 77, that's Gold Ginger again for Dundee. Dundee with their pivot in the box currently, so blocker advantage to Swansea.
Gold Digger really looking for the holes in the walls there, but there are very few holes in those walls. Swansea putting up some amazing defense.
Yeah, Gold Ginger just really trying all of those links. There is a Swansea blocker heading to the box for multiplayer. And now Gold Ginger's on a power jam as the Swansea jammer goes to sit in the box. That's victory number 3-7. Big hit by Ali McSqueal takes Gold Ginger to the back of the pack once more. But some offense coming from the Dundee pivot. That's 102 Seaton. Helps her get through for a full 5-point scoring pass.
Gold Ginger noticing the jammer standing, doing the smart thing and calling it off to give the next jammer up. That would be Liston number 7. A little bit of an advantage in being able to get out.
Yes, absolutely. And with such a physical skater as Liston and Swansea having a blocker in the box as well as their jammer, this could be an opportunity for Dundee to get some of those points back, get a lead jammer call, really push forward.
Obviously, you don't have to be lead jammer to score points, but it certainly gives you a little bit more control of the game.
Yes, and it gives you that opportunity to shut down the scoring from the other team as well. Liston's out and has lead jammer, so she has that ability should she need it. Pushing up against a really solid Swansea 4-wall up at the front now, though.
Victory taking a hit there, but staying on track.
And a quick call off from Liston after putting another 2 points on the board for Dundee, resetting the jams. And we've got number 792 Mayhem lining up for Dundee.
Number 14 Coupe de Gras for Swansea. And Swansea are 1 point away from 200. So we'll see if Coupe de Gras can put at least 1 point on the board and round that number off.
Yeah.
I like even numbers. I like round even numbers.
Same. And Dundee are 3 points away from their first century, so this could happen in this jam. Some clever footwork from the Dundee jammer to avoid a cut track penalty there. But Swansea are out and lead.
Coupe de Gras doing almost a little bit of psyching out there, looking at the other blocker and juking around her at the last minute to confuse her as to where she's going to be going. So Swansea are now on 203, Dundee with 97 points.
Yeah, Swansea calling after the 4 points there, making sure they got their very last blocker to put those points on the board. Now we have number 7, Mort for Swansea, up against number 7-7, Gold Ninja for Dundee, but Mort is out with lead jammer.
Do you believe with just over 6 minutes left, this might be too much of a gap for Dundee to be able to pull back?
Quick call off there by Mort to reset the jams. Dundee not able to put any points on the board there, but Mort coming away with 2, taking Swansea up to 205.
We've seen a lot of speedy jams, the hit it and quit it kind of attitude going on in this first and second half.
Yeah, very much so. Dundee changing up, putting Hubs on the line for Dundee at the moment. And she is out secondary to number 37 victory for Swansea. But Dundee shedding blockers. They already had a blocker in the penalty box to begin with. Another 2 are heading in. So they're going to start with a singular blocker on track.
There is a plethora of blockers.
just not what Dundee needs at the moment. I think they may have just had one release just at the end of that jam, so they'll have 2 on track to begin with.
I think that's a 2-on-3 advantage to Swansea. And Circuit looking to put some more points on the board for Dundee.
Yeah, that's Circuit, number 100 for Dundee, up against number 11, that's Bexon for Swansea. Being taken out on the outside line by Liston and 102 Seaton. That is not a pairing that I'd want to come up against at all. And they've done a stellar job getting Circuit out for lead jammer. She's being chased down all the time by Bexon. Very, very quick pack work, but really sneaky inside line. Means that Bexon has taken all 4 points on that pass, even though Circuit is lead jammer. Oh, and an accidental bump there from Bexon's own pivot nearly takes her out.
As long as it's your own team, your own teammates, it's okay. You can have a little bit of rough and tumble with them.
Strong Swansea wall at the back there, holding Circuit Breaker for quite a long time now as Bexon comes round. Oh, my mistake. Bexon is actually lead jammer. I thought it had been given to Circuit Breaker, but she had enough. No pass, no penalty on that first go round. So that's another big scoring jam for Swansea there. Dundee being held scoreless for the last few jams. They've been on 97 for quite some time now as Swansea extend their lead upwards into the 200s.
And we have a team timeout being taken by Dundee. So we'd like to give a shout out to Roller Derby Diary. Organise your time in 2017. See their advert in the programme for more details if you're in-house. Or go to rollerderbydiary.com.
Such a good idea, having a separate diary for your roller derby stuff. There's just not enough room on the page. There's always so much happening. UK roller derby is blowing up. There's something almost every weekend these days. If you want to keep track and get yourselves down to all of these amazing events, it's really good to have them all laid out in a diary for you.
And if it tempts you to come down, we're just going to go through a few of the merch stalls that we have today. We've got Double Threat Skates, Swift Customs, both have offers on. With apparel, we've got Armorflex, Bootleg Brawlers, Cut the Track, Get Crooked, Hopeless Clothing, Jammer Candy, Pivot Star, and Power of Greyskull. And we are back on the jam at the moment. That is 77 Gold Ginger up to jam for Dundee.
She is out and through for lead. She's up against number 1 for Coupe de Gras, who's attempting a star pass, which has been successful through to the Swansea pivot there, but it's taken down on the outside line. Big hit from Hubs again. Oh, but a bit of revenge for number 73 Hill. Takes Hubs down herself. That was a big hit and an awkward fall. Hopefully Hubs will be okay.
So as I said, there is plenty of apparel and plenty of kit and some other fabulous things down here. Plus, you get to see some of these teams live.
Yep.
So you can be close enough to smell the pad sting.
Or a little bit further away if that's not your thing.
You don't have to be that close. We have number 7 Mort up to jam for Swansea, being recycled by 07 Liston.
And we have Seaton up for her first starting jam. She's taken the star a couple of times, but she's through and lead.
And looking very happy.
Yeah, very happy and very agile. Little hop through on the inside line there. Gets 4 points for her team. Maybe she should have been having some more starting line jams. But she's so invaluable in the pack as well. That's the only trouble with having such standout, amazing players on your team. It's like where to put them if they can go anywhere.
Talking of standout players of the team, both Victory and Gold Ginger have done some incredible jamming this entire game.
Taken a lot of that jamming work onto their shoulders for both their respective teams. Oh, big hit there. Just stops Gold Ginger getting out of the pack.
I think that was Jekyll delivering a big hit there for Swansea to the Dundee's jammer.
Yes, that wouldn't surprise me. She has been a steady and impressive blocker for Swansea this game. And we are just waiting here to see if that is the end of this game, and time has run out.
We are just looking at the score now. It is unofficial, but we have 222 points to Swansea and 104 to Dundee. So we're just going to wait until the referees confer with these scores.
I think we can tell that Swansea have come out victorious.
Yeah, and they will be going on to play tomorrow morning.
Yes, they will be playing Kent at around 8:30.
Yep, about 8:30 tomorrow. So if you want to see Swansea doing some awesome work again, get on your feed or get down here for 8:30 tomorrow morning to watch some more incredible roller derby. I've been Go-Go Boots.
I've been Sissy Breakneck.
And we hope you stick around to watch some more derby.
Thank you.